Hi friends, how are we doing? Oh god, hold on, I just received news. We're gonna get into the news. But how's everyone doing? What's up? Welcome to the July advice stream. Exciting stuff. I think I'm actually gonna raise the slide a little bit. Pretty good. Listen, I had some bomb ass pizza today. It was like prosciutto and arugula and truffle oil, which I love truffle oil. So it was really good. And aside from that, I went to the gym. News as in like someone just submitted something crazy is basically they just like let me know, which like advice stream is anonymous. However, if you submit advice and then let me know that you submitted advice, that's on you, cousin. That's on you. All right. Not nudes. Oh my god. No, news. As in, what's the news? Hi Daniel. Hi Ali. Hi Dalton. How's everyone's Tuesday going? But I guess I did get some news today. So I am officially lined up to do a turnabout drag show at the end of July. With one of two people, which should be very fun. I'm very excited. I think it'll be very cute. It's representing the bar that I work at, and it's against another bar in town. So it is a bar versus bar showdown where our bartenders get in drag. Well, in our case, it's me, the bartender in question, and then one of the dancers at the go-go bar. So it's gonna be representatives from our bar against representatives from their bar. It's a battle. You want to battle? You want to battle? I'm nervous, but I think it'll be a lot of fun. Something I've been trying to do all summer, I was talking about this earlier, something I've been trying to do is like push myself to do different things that I'm like pushing myself out of my comfort zone a bit. So that's why I'm doing that go-go competition next week. It's why I'm doing this drag show at the end of the month. You know, really on my take the bull by the horns type shit. You know what I mean? So that's kind of the go. That's the go for it. It's summer resolutions. Yes, that's a good word for it. Summer resolutions. I like that. But how's everyone else doing before we get into the advice of it all? Just to, you know, clue y'all in, we are going to start with the voicemail. I think I only had one or two. I'm looking, I think. Yeah, I think there's like... two of them have no transcription available, and I've listened to them on my own. And the third one is a follow-up to one of them. So yeah. But how's everyone else doing before we, you know, get into the bullshit of it all? We're gonna get into the shenanigans for the day. Also, do we like this? I've worn this before on stream, but do we like the Todoroki? It's like a cutoff. You never sent it? Romeo, it's not too late. If you want to send it now, you know, no one will know. But me, really. Nobody will know. But yeah, it's not too late. Yes, if you want to get in a last minute question, a last minute voicemail, it's not too late to call in. It's not too late to write. Incentives for voicemails are, if you submit a voicemail, I will pull 2 tarot cards and a moon card. How are they gonna know? They're not gonna know. That's the thing. They're not gonna know. Nobody will know. But yeah, if you submit a voicemail, I will pull tarot cards for you. That's kind of the incentive to it. It's the Miss Cleo hotline of it all. As Dalton said, start calling me Miss Tio, which I think is such a cute name. When I get a crystal ball and start filming a commercial, don't say nothing. All right. All right. So we're gonna start off with. This is a 2-minute voicemail. We're gonna listen to it. We're gonna see what's up. All right. I think this is the one that they didn't want me to play, but no, this is something different. Okay, hold on. Let me see. Is this the correct one? I don't know. This is the wrong one. This is someone left me a 2-minute voicemail and it was complete silence, so I wasn't sure if they like had got it correct or not. It's not the voting one. The voting one here. I'll play the voting one real quick.
Hello, this is former Alderman Dick Simpson. I'm calling to urge you to vote for David.
There, that's the 2-minute one. I'm gonna play the music very softly in the back over the voicemail. Dixon, former Alderman Dick Simpson is his name. Political advice.
Hey bitch, so have I got the tea for you? Okay, so all you need to know in advance.
Okay, can we hear this? Or was it? Is it? If it's too quiet, I'll put it up.
Hear it. I don't need judgment, but I do hook up with my roommate. Okay, so Pride weekend. Okay, picture it.
It's a little low. I'll raise it. No judgment. No judgment. They hook up with their roommate. All right.
2022. I'm sitting at my house with this new guy I met. He's super fucking cute. I mean, super cute. Okay, and I'm gonna invite my other friend over, and then my roommate is there. So it's the 4 of us.
Don't we all look good?
I'm on a couch with this cute new guy. My roommate's on the couch with our other friend who's very cute also. And we're all like low-key problematic in some type of way. Like we are not super concise in our relationships. We each sleep with each other. All 4 of us have messed around in one capacity or the other, except for this new guy.
This is the queer experience. This is what pride means to me.
Me and my roommate and my friend, we have hooked up in the past. So this new guy, at one point, has a cocktail, and then he gets up and he goes and
thank you for the follow.
sits on the other couch in front of my roommate and my other friend. So me, the person who invited everyone over, was abandoned on the other couch by myself. As I look over, and these 3 guys who are all cute, attracted to all of them, are like grabbing each other's dicks and fondling each other or whatever the case may be. And I'm sitting here like, bitch, you're not gonna leave me out. So I was pressed and I left and I went to my room. And they ended up having a threesome, and 2 of the guys jerked off on the other one. The new guy's face. It's on OnlyFans. Check it out. Anyway, fast forward to yesterday. This guy comes over, my friend, okay, the new one, the cute one, that switched couches, basically. He came through, and so was my roommate with another person. We were all kind of smoking, and then my roommate is trying to leave. The new guy sits on my lap, pulls out his dick, and he's just kind of having a good time. And he was like asking me to feel up on him and stuff, and asking me to play with his dick or whatever. And it was
okay. Pause. This escalates so fast. You cannot tell me. I'm starting to think that this caller is one of the Brant's boys.
Very cute. But my roommate comes home a little early. Scandalo, okay? And so he grabs the pillow, puts it over himself. My roommate doesn't even notice. It's no big deal. He like zips up his pants, and my roommate comes in. He sits down. We all smoke a little bit, and then my friend gets up and again switches couches, knowing that he came over to hook up with me. Left, like stopped halfway through it, got up and went over to initiate a hookup with my roommate again. So I guess I'm running Kiki's Twink delivery service over here. I'm feeling a little bit jealous and a little bit frustrated. I've communicated my feelings to my roommate, but I'm just trying to figure out how to communicate this to this person who we've been hooking up with. But I mean, honestly, if we all step back and think about it, the person, this new...
Alright, and then they left a second voicemail. It's 28 seconds. This is the finished one. I think this is a little bit of an update, but this is more so the question behind the story.
Okay, bitch, I'm back. So my question is really, what is the best way to communicate to this little person, this like guy, that hurts my feelings, and that if I invite him over for a hookup, I at least have to be involved in some capacity. Yeah, how would you feel? And like, what would you think I should do? Thank you.
They wanted to slur. Also, hi Kev, how are you? Okay, so just to recap all this in case you missed parts of the voicemail. So this person made a friend, invited them over, and it's the four of, it's like caller's friend, and caller's roommate and their friend, and the three of them have all fooled around together at one point or another. But in this instance, first time the guy's over, the friend switches couches to go sit with the other two, initiates a threesome with them, and leaves caller out of it. Fast forward to another time that they're hanging out. Caller and friend are fooling around on one couch. Roommate comes home. They start smoking. And then the friend, I don't know why I'm calling him friend. The friend moves to the other couch and starts hooking up with the roommate again. And so they're calling to say, what's the best way to communicate to friend that it hurts their feelings, that if they invite them over for a hookup, that they should be involved in said hookup. They also stated that how to get advice. Thank you, Dalton, for putting that in. They also, if you call in with a voicemail, I will pull tarot cards. They also said that they brought it up to their roommates, and they communicated to them. However, I don't know if they communicated after the first one or after the second one, because if you communicated after the first time, hey, that wasn't cool, this was like my hookup or whatever, you know what I mean? Then the second time shouldn't have happened at all, unless your roommate really just doesn't care about your feelings like that, which is messy. But we're not judging. We're not judging on the fact that they're all hooking up. That's not the problem here. The problem is that the caller is inviting this guy over, and the guy keeps fucking his friends and leaving him out of it, I guess. It is on OnlyFans, so that's why I'm like, does friend have the OnlyFans? Does roommate have the OnlyFans? If you sent this voicemail in and you would like to post the OnlyFans in the Discord, I'm not opposed to it, but I know somebody will be interested. I'm gonna pull some tarot cards for this to help inform this. I mean, well, see, Hockey, that's the problem, is that they were in all room and it didn't pop off. Well, immediately the page of staffs popped out, alright? Page of polls, alright? I think it should be a chopping block, but you know, we're gonna talk about how to communicate this to said person without, you know, ghosting them. Which, if you were into ghosting them, that would be a viable option. Because you're not dating this person. You said you're like friends, but also just hookups. So, are y'all really friends or are y'all acquaintances? You know what I mean? That's another thing. I feel like people say friend a lot. I don't throw the word friend often. I have a lot of acquaintances, you know, friends. I have a few and I keep them close. I don't know if they hooked up already, but I think they mentioned that they hooked up with their roommate and their roommate's friend. But I don't know if the twink they invited over, if they've already hooked up or if that was their first time hanging. I don't think they mentioned it. Kill myself. I think first off, this person lives inside of Steamworks. I think they live in Steamworks. One card. Ew, okay. So we're gonna start off with the moon card that I pulled, just because I think this is really fucking funny. It's full moon in Aries, and the phrase says, "A fiery climax approaches." Did they have to phrase it like that? A fiery climax. So I think what that means is that this twink is going to give your roommate and your roommate's friend chlamydia. And that's going to be the fiery climax. Is because everyone's dick is going to be hurting except for you. And honestly, then it's going to lead to you being left out is actually kind of saving you from a trip to the clinic. I don't know. Okay. So this is weird because the two cards that I pulled. So I pulled the Page of Wands and I pulled the Wheel of Fortune, oddly enough. And both of these cards are kind of about like, for like more or less like letting it rip. You know what I mean? And so that might be kind of assign girl. Is it worth it? Not I mean, the Twink Coochie. Is the Twink Coochie that good? That's the question. Bobby Oddly, thank you for the follow. Welcome. They're both upright, but I like to read, kind of upward and upside down. You know what I mean? So the Wheel of Fortune is about kind of like karma. It's about luck. It's... If you're not at Jason Vice Street, you're only getting half the story. Oh, the Mimikyu is a cute emote. Well, I love those. Those are very cute. We love Pokemon emotes here. Can we get some emotes in the chat? Pop them off. I think they're really cute. But okay, so let's start with the Wheel of Fortune, because I like to read Major Arcana first. Wheel of Fortune is about life being constantly in flux, but it is about luck and about optimism and faith that the universe is kind of, like putting you where you need to be. But I'm trying to figure out how that factors into this situation. Because then when we go to the Page of the Page of Wands, it's like about embracing things. It's the start of a journey. Look at it. He's like, this man is ready to go on a journey. And it's about letting it rip, giving everything a chance, trying all sorts of things. Are the cards telling you to be on your roommate's OnlyFans to fuck the Twink? But then it's a fiery climax approaches. I'm going to give my general advice first before we try to analyze how the cards fit in. So basically, I think you need to re-communicate to your roommates about this problem happening, and that you don't appreciate this happening. You know what I mean? But more so to the Twink in question, you kind of gave yourself the answer. Like, if I invite you over for a hookup, I should be involved in some capacity. Or if you don't want to hook up with me and you just want to hang out, say that. But if you just want to hang out, don't come over and then fuck my roommate. You know what I mean? Fight, or maybe that is fight or fuck. You know what I mean? The wheel does turn back. Oh, you're right. That is the other side of the Wheel of Fortune, that the wheel does turn back around. Yeah, so it kind of does. It's like cyclical. And this is already the second time that's happened. So yeah, I think in this case, the Wheel of Fortune is less about like the luck part of it and more about the karmic cycle of everything and about it coming back and happening again, unless you do something about it and embark on the journey of communicating with all the people involved, which is where the Page of Staffs comes in. Okay, I think that works. That works out. Where if he's high, it would be time to break the cycle. I don't think it seems worth the trouble, but like if you're really trying to hit it, maybe can they not host? Could you not go over to their house to hook up? Or like, is there no way, because you've already had sex with your roommate and your roommate's friend, is there no way you could just be a part of the four-way? You know what I mean? Could there not just be the full orgy? Or are you not trying to be on the OnlyFans? Like, there's something that's keeping you from joining them. And either the Page of Staffs is telling you to approach the fiery climax and join the hookup with all of them, or take the journey and communicate to all of them that it's not right. And then either things stop or you join the hookup and the fiery climax happens anyway. You know what I mean? I just think step one is definitely to communicate with both your roommates yet again, because you said you did, but I think it's important to really like hash it out. Like, hey, when this person comes over, I didn't appreciate the first time nor the second time that this happened. You know, I value you guys as roommates and as friends, but I don't think it's cool to engage with that, especially if I invited him over for that reason. You know what I mean? But more so important to check in with him. Does he not see you? Like, this is every conversation I've ever heard at Sidetrack. You that is fully true. That is correct. It's like, talk to the Twink first of all. That's because if he just wants to be friends, if you're like on the wrong page and he doesn't like, he's just like toying with you, because he said you said that he sat on your lap and y'all were like fooling around for a bit, but it didn't progress after that because the roommate came home and then the hookup turned to him. I don't know, you just gotta reel this Twink in or cut him loose. That's basically it. So I don't fuck with groups. Oh, Dalton, we'll get you to a city. We're gonna get you to a city. All right, let's move on to the questions. That was a good voicemail, though. We may have only had one voicemail this month because one of the voicemails has no sound. Here, I'm going to play it. It has this. And then it's silent for 2 minutes. So that's what I'm saying. Like, why did the Twink stop when the roommate came? And I think there's something between the Twink wants something with the roommate. You know what I mean? And I think that's why they stopped. And they're like hiding, or not hiding, but they're not telling caller everything that's happening. So I think the first step is to try and figure out what's going on between that. Maybe the Twink really just wants to be on the roommate's OnlyFans. You know what I mean? And he thinks that's hot because he's like, ooh, you know, he's got an OnlyFans. That's, maybe he has a lot of followers or something, you know? I don't know. Who knows? Maybe he's just clout chasing. That's exactly that. This would be a great TikTok. This would be a fantastic TikTok. Okay, let's get into our first question. This is a story time. This is not actually a question. This is a story time. And we are, once again, keeping in the hotels. I love when people submit their hotels. This is from Pog Stain Daddy Blaster. And they say, this is a story time. So one time I got bored and didn't feel like going on Grindr. So I went to one of those back rooms, the sketchy sex shops, and sucked 4 cocks in the span of 30 minutes. Anyways, I thought I may have caught something because I was feeling sick. Felt better after a week, everything was clear, so after that I went to an orgy because no better way to celebrate not catching STDs than going to an orgy. Okay. Great story. However, I would urge everyone, if you are being sexually active and then you start to feel sick, go and get tested regardless. Even if you feel better after a week, I would still go and get tested. There's literally no downside to going to a clinic, knowing your status, and just checking up if things are, you know, if things are right. You can literally just go. Yeah, how do you just go to an orgy? I don't know. Maybe they're on Sniffies. Maybe they're finding them like through there. I do, as much as I like this story, I do think it is a little irresponsible to, just because you felt sick and then felt better, to not get tested before going to this orgy. You know what I mean? I don't know. They literally, they sell them. But also, like, you don't also have to pay for them. There are clinics that have free days. There are free clinics. There are, like, ways to get tested easily, securely, and cheaply, you know, if not for free. Not the monkeypox origin story. Also, yeah, that's another thing. Let's talk about monkeypox real quick. So monkeypox is not at, like, an insane level yet. However, it is becoming more common to get vaccinated for it. If you are sexually active, if you are not even, because it could be spread not even through sex, like close contact. Girl, if you at the clubs and there's sweaty bitches around you, you're trying to get through, you can get it that way. I would just say, if you are available to get the vaccine and you're allowed to, I would urge you to go and get it. If you are in Chicago, I'm gonna post something real quick. Because I know that Steamworks is having the availability of orgies. Oh, I thought you were talking about, because I was like, you can buy like a testing kit, you know what I mean? But I wouldn't spend money on it. I don't know how people find orgies, but they get them in 6-packs. There's that. But I will say, if you are in Chicago and you are looking to get vaccinated for monkeypox, Steamworks is having a vaccine clinic this Thursday and Friday. I'm gonna post the email here. Actually, I'm gonna post the email here if you want. You can email them for appointments, both at Steamworks or around the city. Also, the Howard Brown Clinic will be holding a vaccine clinic at Southside Pride as well, which I believe is this weekend. Anyways, I just think that's important to notice. Yeah, if you are so inclined and comfortable doing so, I would urge you to get the vaccine where available. All right. Okay, this next question, more pride. The prides, they keep happening. Pride, like, well, I saw someone tweet that Austin Pride is in August. There's like some cities will do Pride during like the main 2 Pride weeks, right? But a lot of them will do it outside of that because they get more traffic that way. Because not everyone wants to compete with New York, New York or LA, or like other prides, Like when I lived in Philly, Philly has a Pride parade during Pride Month, but the bigger Pride event is in October for National Coming Out Week. Like that's what Philly's known for, is their NCOW week. And so those festivities are actually bigger. All right. This one is from Prince Smegma. Okay, the names are naming today. Let's say that. They write, Sir Krogrunk, I find myself in a peculiar situation. Last night I found myself wrist deep in a twink I found at Marshall's. Okay, there's too much twink, there's too much twink going on this month. I don't know what, like last month everyone was feeling insecure about themselves and feeling like they were boring or that people didn't like them. This month, it's twinks. Trend alert, twinks. So I find myself in a peculiar situation. I'm wrist deep in a twink I found at Marshall's. I gave him the full knuckle sandwich, but didn't realize until I got home that I was missing a ring. Should I count it as a loss, or should I go back to the Marshall's tomorrow and try to find it? Oh my god. Not at Michael's, at Marshall's. I think that's a big distinction to make. At Marshall's. Not at Michael's. At Marshall's. So I don't know. I don't think they found the twink at Marshall's. I think maybe they went to Marshall's because no one could host anywhere else. Who knows? So I'm not gonna. We're not gonna judge. We're not gonna judge. But they lost the ring. And so the thing is this was actually submitted June 15th. This was submitted like pretty early last month. And so I guess they thought that I guess they thought Advice Stream was like the day after. But I will say, I'm curious on if they found the ring or not. I'm curious. Did they go back? Because this was June 15th. We've had a couple weeks since then. Did they go back? Did they try to find the ring? Did they count as a loss? I think personally they should have just tried to find the ring. Well, so I'm assuming that this isn't their first time like fisting someone. I would assume that they took the ring off. I would hope so. They probably took the ring off in like the dressing room at Marshall's or in the bathroom or wherever, put it down, and then forgot to grab it on their way out. We need a voicemail update for that one. That is true. However, fisting at a Marshall's, like, not even like a regular hookup. Y'all are fisting at a Marshall's. What is even the cleanup like that? Where you gotta leave the dressing room or the bathroom? You got like a wrist deep. We're not like here. You know what I mean? You put one hand in, and they say you can put another one in, or deeper, and they go, now clap. I don't know. I hope they found that ring. I'm very curious about that. That's what I'm saying. You need like lots of lube for fisting. Maybe they were just loose. Who knows? I'm assuming that they were either in the bathroom or in the dressing room. Who knows? Maybe this twink was actually green. Maybe this twink was actually a frog. And maybe this twink actually has a giant hole where his legs are. And maybe this twink says it's not easy being green. Maybe that's the twink we're talking about. They fucked him up at Marshall's. Sometimes they say, do I look like a Muppet? Damn. The cloaca twink. That's it. They fucked the cloaca twink. Alright. This next question comes from Titty Typhoon. I'm liking the alliteration. Alright, this is a general advice question, and they wrote, how would you go about moving to a new city with no money, no job, and no car? Human trafficking. I don't know. I cannot, for legal reasons, I am not endorsing that. I am not endorsing that for legal reasons. No money, no job, and no car. I suppose you could become someone, you know, like no money, no family. Insert H here in the middle of insert new city here. If Iggy can do it, you can do it, I believe. However, I would say you could probably move to a new city if you planned for it. You would have to find a way to get some money and probably a job. Car, you don't necessarily need. You don't need a car to move. However, if you have a job currently but no job in the new city, that's also fine if you don't mind picking up whatever job you can find pretty early on. When I moved to Chicago, I did not have a job lined up. But within my first week, I got a job in a local coffee shop and used that to kind of keep me, you know, paying rent and bills until I got my shit together and then started working at the bar. And, you know, it was tough. There was definitely, I'm not gonna lie, there was a month where rent was really hard to make and I wasn't sure if I was gonna be able to pay it. But I made it through. You don't need a car to move to a new city. You can find a job while you're there, but it definitely helps if you have a job where you currently live and can save up some money. You can move if you like are really desperately trying to move. If you can get an apartment, that's basically the money you need. You know what I mean? Are you moving your closet? Also, remote jobs. Yeah, there's a ton of. That's a good point, Kev. There are a ton of remote jobs. If you can get a remote job, take it with you. You can make money there and not have to quit. There are like a lot of call centers that are hiring, and you could get a job doing call center work in addition to like maybe a physical job at like a coffee shop or doing something like that. Double your income. Oh, am I moving my closet? I was moving my closet. That was my bad. My toe moved it. My bad. But yeah, that's what I got for Titty Typhoon. What did you think was happening? You thought it was someone? Oh, ghost. Okay, did I ever tell you the story when I first moved here? And I was on the phone with my mom. And so this is like, you know, this is a big mirror. And it's 2 mirrors. And I'm on the phone with my mom over there. I'm on FaceTime with her. I'm showing her my new place. I'm like, oh, I'm so excited. I'm so excited. And I propped up my phone on the wall. And she was like, I reference this to my friends all the time. She screams bloody murder. Screams. And she's like, what's that behind you? And she's hollering. And I'm like, oh my. I'm freaking out. I'm like, what do you mean what's that behind me? I thought it was a bug. I don't know. And she was like, I thought I saw somebody. And then I was like, you mean the mirror? At a point, it's literally just me in the mirror. But she hollered. If there was an intruder, she was going to let me know. And I would have fought them off. Alright, we have another story time. This is just from Bitch. Work. From Bitch. They say, I went to a grinder rando's house for a hookup. There's a lot of hookups in this month. And the girls have been active since summertime happened. Good for y'all. We're just chilling in his living room and smoking. He was all like, my roommate is going to be home soon. He's real chill. We could hang with him for a bit. Oh my god. Wait. Could this be... What if this is the Twink? What if this is the Twink? Right? That would be the gag. Okay. So he said the roommate's gonna be home soon. We can hang with him for a bit. His roommate came home and basically was like, yo, I just got back from fucking your mom. And the guy was totally unfazed. Like, it was a totally normal thing for his 22-year-old roommate to be fucking his mom. I was amazed and shocked. I asked no questions. After that, we went to his room and banged. The sex was not good. I left and never talked to him again. And they left a heart at the end. Yeah, Kev, you can still submit. I'm gonna put that advice in there. It's not too late. You can submit a last minute question. Yeah, I think, were you just high? Like, they were joking? Personally, I don't see this being legit. And I would have at least asked some questions. It just sounds like your mom joke, right? Like, I just came back and fucking your mom. But they said they asked no questions, but maybe they asked like at cursory, like, oh my god, did you really fuck your mom? I don't know, who knows. To me, it just sounds like you were probably high and just overthinking it. But that's all we got. All right, we're gonna move on to the next one. Says it's from voicemail, guys. So this is from. Oh. Okay. What they just said. Hi, I tried sending a voicemail. I can't figure out how to send voicemails properly. Can you please ignore 2 weird voicemails? Go to the 3rd one. Thanks. Which is interesting because the person who sent me the voicemail, they sent 2. It was the regular one and the update, but then another number sent that empty one, the one for 2 minutes. So maybe the person who left the empty one was trying to figure it out. I don't know. It should be easy. You should be able to just call 312-725-6483. And it should go straight to voicemail. I have it set so that it'll maybe ring twice and go straight to voicemail. And you should be able to just leave a voicemail after that. Etiquette for sending voicemails, of course, try to keep it under 3 minutes. Include location, pronouns, sexuality, anything that'll help me answer the question. If it's not relevant, you don't have to say it, but after that first one, nothing I ask will ever be enough. I don't know. Alright, but yeah, hopefully they figured out how to send a voicemail, and hopefully more people send voicemails next month, because, like I said, I will pull tarot cards as part of the advice, to fulfill the Miss Cleo fantasy of it all. This one is from Old Bottom, and this is an update. We have an update. They said, so I've topped twice since I asked for advice as a lifting bottom. And it was cute. I loved it. They loved it. And I discovered that notions are psychotic. So this is from last month. They, where the fuck was it? I'm looking for it. They wrote about being nervous topping. I should have found it beforehand, but I was stupid. Okay, whatever. I can't find it. Point is, just remember that they submitted a voicemail last month. Not a voicemail, just a question. They submitted a question last month saying that they were a bottom. I read it the other day. I had to reread it. They were a bottom trying to get more into topping because they were really into this guy who was a bottom and he wanted to try out topping. And the advice that I gave him last month was just to be communicative, talk to them about what they like, check in with them during the process, not to be afraid to just go for it, shit like that. And it looks like it was cute. Things went well. I'm happy. Let's round of applause for Old Bottom. Old Bottom. Notions are psychotic. Yes, correct. Okay. clap. Let's put Krogunks, bonks in chat, all the emotes and whatnot. All right, this one is from Secret Hater. Yeah, congrats on your verses. Congrats, Verse King 2022. It's from Secret Hater. There's an ex-friend who, long story short, made me very uncomfortable because he would sometimes say sort of weird, sexual/flirty things to me unprompted and unreciprocated. I ended the friendship using something else as an excuse. Yes, I know I should have been more direct about the actual issue. However, recently they've been trying to involve themselves in an activity me and some mutual friends do. I don't know what to do about that because I don't want to isolate them from their friend groups, but I also don't feel like waiting to see if they're a better person now as I don't want to run the risk of similar harassment as before. What should I do? Okay, so long story short, they cut someone off because they were making weird sexual advances at them, and then that person starts trying to involve themselves in a activity. I don't know why they were very vague about the act. I want to know what kind of activity. Is it like gay dodgeball? Is it Dungeons and Dragons? Do y'all go to the bar and do trivia together every week? I don't know. It's whatever it is, some activity. But so they don't want to isolate that person from the friend group, but they don't want to wait to see if that's a better person or not. I would say, in every friend group, is it an orgy? that a twink got invited to and starts sitting on the other couch and initiating with the roommate and the roommate's friend that they post on OnlyFans while the third person goes into the room and feels left out? Who knows? I would say, so in every friend group, right, you're friends with all of them, but you're also friends with one person more. And I know this because everyone has that one person that they feel themselves more connected to in a friend group. You know what I mean? If it's a friend group of 5 or 6, you're like, you know, you're friendly with all 5 or 6 of them. You're like close with them. You know, you consider them your good friends. You do activities every week. But there's one person that you align yourself a little more than with everyone else. You're like closest to that person. It's like this with everything, all right? Find that person. Tell them the situation and see how you can kind of gauge it from there. Because personally, I don't know enough about the activity or like what the mutual friends are like. So I'm not just going to tell you like go cut them out. But if there's a way to like get that one friend on your side, then maybe the two of you can talk to the rest of the group and be like, hey, listen, like this guy like does some really uncomfortable things around me before, and I don't know if he's a changed person or not, but quite frankly, I don't feel like waiting. Or if you're feeling open to it, you know, go to that friend for support and let that friend be there for you as this new guy enters the group. And, you know, hopefully, you know, I don't want to say that people don't change, but hopefully he's become a better person and will make sexual advances. And I should hope wouldn't make them in a public setting like with all these people. You know, not that he should even make them privately, but, you know. Exactly, yeah. If you have a friend that can watch your back, they can watch out, they can cut them out. And, you know, especially if they're making those advances in front of the whole group, that gives you, you know, carte blanche to be like, listen, this is why I cut you off before. Can you stop? Or you're not allowed to do trivia with us at the pub on Tuesdays. Or you're not allowed to play D&D with us on Thursdays. Or you can't do gay dodgeball on Saturday. You know what I mean? Like, whatever the activity is. I think that's probably your best bet is get that, like, 1 or 2 people, whoever you're closest with in the friend group, on your side. Exactly. Cut the bitches out. You could just make it fully awkward. You could do that. Stop the drama. The girls love drama. Ooh, messy. I love drama. I'm all about it. Oh my god. We just got an update from Big D, who has written in for like the past 2 months. We love the Big D telenovela of it all is iconic. We're gonna get to it though. Drama, the best thing ever. I don't like being a part of drama, but knowing drama. Like if I was not secret hater, like if I was the other friend in the group just watching it happen, I'd like gag. But if I was secret hater, I do understand like it is annoying to have someone that you've cut off that is like an ex-friend resurface, and then you kind of have to toe the line of whether or not you want to allow them to come in or you want to keep them out, you know? But yeah, I would just try to get someone on your side. That's like the best way to solve that. All right, this next one is from Bad Bitch Who Needs a Man. Make some popcorn. Yeah, make some popcorn hockey. I got my watermelons. But we still got a couple questions until we get there. This one is from Bad Bitch Who Needs a Man. Am I still being dumb for holding out for a boy I like? Because him and I have a 92-day snap streak. Okay. But we don't talk as much as we used to before we exchange snaps. We message daily on Instagram. So I don't know. He doesn't hate me and might just be waiting until he comes back into town, into the town I'm in. But I might just be foolish. So what shall I do, almighty Krogi? That's okay. See, that was my first thought. Snap streak. What year are we in? I don't know. Okay, I've never cared about snap streaks. Nor do I think a snap streak is like a good indication of your relationship with somebody or a way to like measure it, because I know a bunch of people that do snap streaks that like literally just take a photo when they wake up, send it to the people they have their streak with, and that's it. And those people are my sister. My 17-year-old sister, I know, has like snap streaks with like random people she knows, not even people she's like close with, and they're just there because they don't want to lose the streak. They're just doing it just because. I don't think a snap streak is like any way to gauge a relationship or interest or anything. You know what I mean? But the fact that you message daily on Instagram, like, okay, that's we're starting off somewhere. You've talked before. Okay, he doesn't hate you. That's true. And he maybe he's waiting until he's back in the town you're in. But how are you gonna know that unless you talk to him? The easiest solution to this is just talk to him. If you're messaging daily on Instagram, why don't you just message him more on Snapchat? Or get his number and text him. I'm not gonna say you're dumb for holding out for. You're not dumb for holding out for anyone. Get their number. Take it off Snapchat. Take it off Instagram. Get their fucking number and text them like a normal person. The Snap trick is not. I'm not gonna judge. Talking. Shoot your shot. I wouldn't solely, stick it out for this person you barely know. Live your life. Go suck a dick or something. Who knows? But I would talk to them. At least just communicate or something. If they don't have the real number after 93 days. That is true. But maybe they're both... I don't know. Personally, I think it's a moot point. If they're like... But who knows? Maybe this is like the one that got away. Maybe... I would just message them if you really want to see, gauge their interest. Because then if you message them and you start talking and it fizzles out, that's your answer. Then shit's not gonna go, Maybe he doesn't want someone who's in another town or farther away. But maybe he'd be down to hook up or go on a date or meet up and hang out when he's in your town or you're in their town. But exactly, Ali. After 93 days, you could have been in a relationship with a local. Someone not on Snapchat. That's true. I would just say talk to them. That's it. Just talk to them, girl. Shout out to the Snapchat. If you got your Snapchat in your Instagram bio, you're a hoe. That's rude. That's a direct call out to David. David, if you watch it, I know you got your Snapchat in your bio. On day 100, bring up a date. But I want to know, are they actually snapping each other? Or is it picture on my forehead when I wake up, 94? You know what I mean? That's what I want to know. Oh well. Just talk to them, girl. Alright, let's move on to the next one. This one says, alright, so boom. So I'm a hoe. and that's only because I gave up on love. Then this guy I meet takes me on a date and it's perfect. We chat it up, we're talking, blah, 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 blah. He pays they wrote that. And he asked me to go back to his crib, which I think is a ploy, but I politely declined, saying I want to take things slow and try things differently because I like him. Then I take the train back to Jersey. Mind you, he's all the way in Harlem. Okay, if you're not from the Tri-State area and you don't know what kind of trek it is from Jersey to Harlem, it's a long fucking journey, bitch. Let's just say that. It's a long journey. You gotta hop on the path, and then you gotta hop on the 1 or the 2 or one of the northbound trains all the way up. It's a lot, alright? And I'm good until he calls me, and when I see his name and I think of him, I puke everywhere. Is that literal or no? Chaos ensues and I deflect, I gaslight, I gatekeep until I made it out after 30 minutes again or so. Walking home, I'm good. Then he calls me again and I projectile vomit again. Okay, so they actually threw up. Okay. I'm like, huh? And besides that, he's fine as hell. He's built, employed, educated, social, mature, blah, 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 blah. But he's literally just that. He's nice and he's a good guy and that's it. No outside hobbies, no niches, nothing quirky. Average hit ass Joe. But add that in the puking situation and no, I wasn't nervous. I'm a hoe, which weirded me out. I don't know. My gut is literally telling me no. Because when I think of him, he makes me nauseous. And my mind is bored of him. But he's so nice. Should I give him a chance or should I cut him off? He's a 9, but every time you think of him, you puke. Okay. I'm going to say this. Alright? This is important. This is good advice. If you're seeing somebody or you want to see somebody, right, and let's say your best friend asks you to describe them. If your first thing that you say about this person is, he's nice, you don't like him. You do not like him, all right? You do not like him. Being nice is not... No. You don't want someone to just be nice. And you say he's like educated, employed, whatever, he's mature. Okay, those are all cool things, right? And you even say he's attractive. You said he's fine as hell. Niceness is meh. If nothing interests you about him, aside from the fact that he has a job, is attractive, and is nice, there's no reason you should be here. No reason. And also, why are you puking every time you think of this man? That's another question. Also, he lives in Harlem. That is a long distance relationship. Jersey to Harlem, that's long distance. I would say it's not worth it. Just, I wouldn't give him a chance. Just because he's nice. No, don't give anyone a chance just because they're nice. If you describe him to your best friend and you're like, he's nice. No. Because I'll tell you this. When I first moved to Chicago, maybe a couple months after I'd moved here, I started seeing this guy, right? This was like, I moved in April, so maybe like May. So I started seeing this guy, and then my friend asked me about him, and I was like, he's nice. And that was all I had to say about him. That was it. And it did not end well for me. All right, let's just say that. I saw him for like a month. I ended up cutting him off. It was just not cute. Don't stick around for someone or give them a chance just because they're nice. If you're not really attracted to them, even if they're attractive, if you don't find them interesting, there's no point in, you know, wasting your time. But you say you're a hoe, so if you just want to fucking let that be that, do that then. Nothing wrong with that. If you don't mind traveling all the way to Harlem. When someone tells you a man is nice, I assume he's a Green Goblin. Yeah, the guy I actually was seeing when I first moved here was a Green Goblin. Actually, I would describe him more like a box troll. Advice on the back end. Alright, let's move on to the next one. This, also that was from, I didn't read their name. That was from Local Tavern Wench 6969. Oh, God. Yeah, a box troll. That was it. And he ended up being a terrible person. He ended up not even being nice. He ended up outing someone off of something and being a terrible person. And you know, I really dodged a bullet there. It was great. So if someone's just nice, they're probably hiding something. There's red flags all around. You're just not seeing them. You know. Take a car like this bill, ride his dick into the sunset. You know, if he buys you an Uber to Harlem, then fuck him once and leave. That's it. You know what I mean? Don't give him a chance aside from that, though. I wouldn't. All right, this is from Mass Girl Boss, NPNC. NPNC? Well, Ali, I'm glad it touched on the situation you were thinking of submitting. Well, one of them. I mean, feel free to submit on one of the other ones you were saying. You know what I mean? Like, I will take a question, you know. Could you please delay stream by 2 hours? I'm at Canadian Tire looking for wires. Oh, Neil, I'm so sorry. Oh, God. You're not good. You're not bad. You're just nice. Yeah. Yeah. Hi, Neo. I mean, you could watch the VOD. I'm gonna, after this, I will still be live for a bit. I'm gonna play some games. But yeah, you're always welcome to just watch the VOD. You know what I mean? Alright, anyways, this question is from Mass Girl Boss NPNC. So, I went to LA Pride with my coworker for his birthday, and we had to share beds because his friends were also going, and we don't have WeHo money. We don't have WeHo money like that to be having multiple rooms. Anyway, so we got drunk in WeHo, and when we get back to the hotel, me and one of his friends got into bed and go to sleep. Some time passes, and I wake up, and the friend is grabbing my dick, stroking... Friend? Cousin, this sounds like assault. This sounds like assault. Let's read it. Let's read it. Okay, let's keep reading. That's assault, girl. some time passes. I wake up. The friend is grabbing my dick, stroking it. I didn't move, and I like kind of let him keep doing it, and I just kept pretending like I was asleep. Low key felt wanted / being worshipped. But then I went back to sleep. Is that trauma? Should I address it? He's a VIP host at a nightclub. Do I blackmail for bottles? Jail. Jail. Jail, 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 jail. 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 You're going to prison, bitch. You're going to prison. I mean, you know what? First off, let's address that. That's assault. That's fucking weird. If anyone ever does that to you, that is fucking weird. You should pop them in the mouth for it. That's trauma, girl. I would definitely address it. And don't let him try to like even if you said you kind of let him keep doing it and you just pretend like you were asleep, whatever. That it just shouldn't have happened unless you had talked prior or were like going to hook up, or if you were like start a hook up with me while I'm sleeping. Unless you had specifically said something that would, you know, clue him in to do that. Girl, no, he didn't ask. He didn't ask at all. Jail. That's assault. Could you blackmail for bottles? Listen, I'm not going to tell you to blackmail them for bottles, but I would address it. And if addressing it means you end up getting bottles at the nightclub, that's on you. Point is, I would definitely address this. This is not cute. This is an issue. And like, I get it, we make a lot of jokes here, but no, for real, this is like assault. That's not okay. That's messy. And I would address it to the guy. Wait, so is this even a friend that you had? So LA Pride with my coworker for his birthday. We had to share beds because his friends were also going. So this isn't even your friend. Bitch, this is a stranger. This is not like someone you had known. This is your coworker's friend. That's even... This is like... Tell your coworker. Tell your coworker. Tell your coworker. Bring it up with that person. Address it. It's super fucking weird. That's... Ugh. I don't even... Ugh. Ugh. I'm like skeeved out just thinking about that. That's fucking messy. Yeah, that's like, that person is... Exactly, Dalton. That person's a danger. A public menace. Yeah, I'm sorry that happened to you. That's not right. You don't deserve that. That's fucked up. That's messy. Alright, this next one is from... What the fuck kind of name is this? I hate this. I hate this name. Frog Hunks Cock Sleeve. The names this month. The names this month, girl. What's going on? There are 1, 2, 3. There's 3 more questions. 3 more questions. Babes, this name, Frog Hunks Cock Sleeve. This is sick. Anyway, let's read the question. I've caught my assistant manager and coworker drunk and hooking up in the DJ booth 2 times. But it's kind of like an unspoken thing we know, and they gave me $200 the second time I caught them. I'm gonna take a breath. There's more. Literally, the summer weather is catching up, y'all. Okay, so then they write, they had hush money. Bitch, hush money. They got $200 the second time they caught them, but low-key, I want to join. Like, one of them always makes advances at me when they're blacked out working, but it's rare when my assistant manager gets drunk like he does when they hook up. I don't know how to insert myself into this. Oh, but the assistant manager has a boyfriend, and he's really nice, but also I want my manager's dick. Help. No, I quit. I'm done. Thanks. I'm gonna just see myself out. This was a fantastic advice. No. This is a mess. Okay. Literally, I thought this was a hostile work environment problem, but then I read the rest of the question and they said, but I want to join. That's the funniest thing about this. I love, listen, if you've got chaotic shit happening in your life and you want to submit a question, we love chaotic advice. You know, chaotic advice is great. And so I think it's kind of funny that this person didn't write in to ask about, or like to ask about advice for the hostile work environment, but to ask about, how do I join? It sounds like it's a messy bar. And if there's one thing I know about bars, they're messy. If it's going to be a messy bar, you can either stay out of the mess like I normally do. I don't involve myself with any of the bar's mess. Or you can go full tilt and lean right in it. And by doing that, I think your first step is to hook up with the DJ. The DJ makes advances, right? But the manager, that's the hard part. I would say full tilt, if you're really going to go into this like this, hook up with the DJ. Start it that way. And then, you know, maybe you notice, you got to notice when your manager is getting drunk, right? Okay. Also, keep in mind, I am not a licensed therapist. I am not actually giving real advice. I'm not a doctor. I'm not giving real advice. This is fully for entertainment value. Now, that I should have said that up top. I normally say that up top at our live stream. I forgot. But if we're going full tilt, you're going to start hooking up with the DJ. You said the DJ makes advances on you already, right? So you're going to start hooking up with the DJ. And then you're going to start monitoring. You bring a notepad. You know me. I love a notepad. I'm a Virgo. I write things down. You're going to start, every shift, just start taking a couple notes. Notes about what, you may ask. Notes about your manager. You know, note his mannerisms. Note how he acts when he's sober. And then note how he acts when he's tipsy and drunk. You know what I mean? And so then you start figuring out the tells. Start looking at how many drinks it takes for him to get drunk. Realize when he's going to get on the level that he hooks up with the DJ. Okay? Maybe let it happen once more. Find them again. Get another $200 out of them. Right? And then once you realize what your manager's like when he gets drunk, next time you see him getting down that path, you go to hook up with the DJ before he does. You know, and then try to position it in a manner where your manager might come and find the two of you instead of you finding the two of them. And then, you know, you have that thing where, well, you gave me money to keep quiet about this. And then what if he's like, give me money? And you're like, why could I give you money when you could just join? And that's how you join. What is going on in Toe? Blue's Clues? Fuck your way to the Thomas? To the Thomas! I hate that, Daniel. To the top. I would say if you're going full tilt and you're being chaotic and crazy like that, that's the way to do it. Start taking notes. You gotta play long con, babes. Long con. I would say collect another $200 from them. Get more hush money. And then you gotta start, you know, weaseling your way into fucking the DJ first. And then let the manager find you. And that's how you kind of get him to join. You don't even have to say anything. Get the DJ to say it. You can just slip a little word in the DJ's mouth, in his ear, you know. Start being like, oh, I really think our assistant, I'm not gonna lie, our assistant manager is kind of hot. I should write for men.com. I kind of got these storylines down. In front of my stylist? In front of my DJ booth? Right in front of my DJ booth? Yeah, I would say that's your plan, babes. I've laid it out for you, and maybe not this month. Get a little word in the DJ's mouth. A little word. That's the trend this month, is talking about people you want to have sex with. You know? Have another job lined up in case it all blows up. That is good advice. That is good advice, John. Yeah, have something else lined up because, like I said, I'm not a therapist. This advice is for entertainment value. No one should actually follow this advice. But if you feel like being chaotic and this is the road you're taking, if that's the road you're taking, I do not endorse it, but that is an option. He's assistant manager. He doesn't have the... Actually, yeah, you're kind of right. He's assistant manager. Worst comes to worst, You just give them you give him the hush money that you initially got from him. You know, it's high risk, high reward, I would say. All right, we've got 2 more questions left. This one is from Oof. It's not actually a question, it is a story time. So this is a quick one. I don't hook up very often, and I was topping a guy the other week. There's so many sex questions this month. Oh my god. The summertime has people wildin'. Last month was like, he'll be like, I'm so insecure, you know, I just feel so alone. And I feel like people don't want to talk to me, and I feel like I'm not interesting. You know, I just don't know what to do. And this month is like, so I fucked this person, I think I got this STD, and I'm over here having an orgy, and this twink is fucking me over. Damn. Okay, wait, so they say, we were both getting into it, and it was a lot more sensual than I'm used to. He was super into it, and the second I was about to come, he said, don't come in me. And it was too late. I apologized, got my shit, and left. I mean, it's just a story, so there's not really any advice to give. But I will say, don't let society let you think that hookups can't be sensual. You know, you can have intimacy with a complete stranger. You can have an intimate moment with a one-night stand. You know, sex should be sensual. You know, it shouldn't. There's no need to be so detached from sex. Let things be sensual. But yeah, you gotta hold that. You gotta take that one. Take that. You got your shit and left. You understood what happened. You knew what was wrong. You knew what was wrong. And he knew what was wrong too. It was too late. Too late. You tried your best. You tried your best, girl. All you can do is pack it up for the next one, babes. I hope. Did you wrap it up? Too little, too late. Did you wrap? That's the question I have. I'm actually asking the questions now. Did you wrap it up? Are you on prep? If not, I would refer you to the advice we gave earlier. Go get tested. You should go get tested regardless. If you're sexually active, you should be getting tested on a regular basis. You know what I mean? If you have multiple sex partners, get tested like every 2 to 3 months. If you are less sexually active than that, get tested every 3 to 4 months. But know your status, know your shit. You know what I mean? I'm not gonna acknowledge that comment. Okay, this is Big D, part final. They wrote Big D. So we're gonna go back for the girls that do not remember Big D's part 1 or part 2. Big D is the Discord drama question that we have had for the past 2 months now, where they are talking to Josh and Fred, and Fred's got a boyfriend, and then he caught feelings for Josh, but then he told Josh that he sent nudes to Fred, and it was a lot of shit. It's a mess, basically. Big D's not. Shut up, Preston. You're so aggravating. I hate you. Big fuck you. Alright, so this is the epic finale they wrote. They started up, they said the epic finale. I was the one talking to Josh while sending nudes to his best friend Fred and the Discord drama. Okay, they kind of summed it up for me. All that is gone as I recently had a moment and decided to block Josh on everything. Gag. I started to realize that I liked him a lot. Maybe even loved, if you could believe that. But at this point, it was too late. I hesitated too many times to visit him, and he ended up hooking up with an old friend. Ran into a bar that he ran into at a bar, and that kind of opened the floodgates for him. He decided he wanted to start looking into hooking up and dating people around him, which he should do, good for him, in parentheses. And was actively trying to not engage with me when I would flirt with him. It got to me that he was no longer reciprocating the feelings, so I had a moment and blocked him from everything. And I don't know what to do. I feel like I need some time to lose feelings for him, to just be friends again, but I also miss him and want to be his friend still. But it's hard. Is taking a break the right thing? Damn. Well, Allie, so actually Josh, so Fred was the one with the boyfriend. Josh doesn't have a boyfriend. Fred's like, he's like a non-factor in the finale to this question. Josh was the one who was single the whole time. And so Big D and Josh started forming a relationship together and making plans to like visit each other or hook up and all that stuff. Fred was only a factor in the earlier parts of the question where he was like, should I tell Josh that I'm sending nudes to Fred because Fred's hot and has a big dick and blah, 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 blah. Can we get a diagram? Let's see. I'm going to open up. Okay, I'm going to draw something out real quick, all right? Really, give me like 2 seconds. So window capture. Okay, I'm going to make this a little bigger. Probably not the MS Paint. So, in this bubble, we've got Fred. Make this a little bigger. Fred. I'm gonna make this to like. This is too small. Fred. Okay. If I just use Preston and Dalton again, Fred's energy cursed the situation. Well, I actually think what cursed the situation was Big D telling Josh. It was just a mess overall. Big D. Okay. Just writing a couple things. Zero, thank you for the Prime subscription. These questions this month the girls are going through it this month. I'll say that. Okay. Okay, so now I'm going to draw the relationships between the two of them. So, girl, let's get me out of here. Okay, do brushes. Do this brush. So here we have Fred and Josh. Right, here's Fred and Josh. And they, besties. They're besties. That's what they are. Fred and Josh are besties, okay? And then we've got Fred and Big D. What are they? Oh, wait, I'm making it a different color. Fred and Big D. I'm doing it in pink. Fred and Big D. What are they? Nude buddies. Exchanging pole pics because he's hot and Dominican, I think was the general consensus that they told us last time. Oh, that pink is a little light. I don't know if we can we see that? Get a little darker. We'll make that a purple. Okay. The diagram is helping even me get through it, all right? And so the last relationship that we have is between Big D and Josh. Okay. And they were crush buddies. Situationship. We're planning on seeing each other, dating, possibly. And then there's the common thread between the three of them. Right? And that thread is a little smaller. Three fucksketeers is what they are, right? They are the three fucksketeers. That's what they are. Okay, so this is our... This is the diagram. This diagram is pretty fucking good. I'm not gonna lie. This is a good diagram. All right. So we've got Josh and Fred. Fred really is like I said, a non-factor in this section. Fred just had a boyfriend. They're not open. He's got a big dick. Apparently he's Dominican. I think Big D is also Dominican, they said. And he's like, I like someone that's hot and finds me attractive. So that's why he kept sending nudes to Fred. And then he told Josh that he was sending nudes to Fred. But he lied and said that Fred didn't send them back. And so there was this whole messy thing last month where it was like, how do I smooth over this situation? Well, I guess we figured out what they did. And what they did... Face claims like fanfic. Let's see, who could we do pictures of to be the face claim for each of them? Could Big D be Timothy Chalamet? Maybe, Josh could be someone else. Mason Gooding, perhaps, And then Fred, who's a Dominican actor? Let's see, Dominican actors. Let's see. There's a current male Dominican actor. Girl, I don't know any of these people. I don't know any of these people. Whatever. This is not important. Let's get back to the actual question. Okay. The Fucksketeers. They're the three Fucksketeers. So they're friends. They're a little messy. They've been having this Discord drama for like 3 months now. Ben Affleck. Ben Affleck is not Dominican. But, well. So in this finale, I'm going to update this. So we've got now this big, nasty... Look at that. See what that is? Blocked. So. Oh, shit. Hey, Vic. 3 months of Discord drama culminating now. The final question of July's advice stream. So, Big D has blocked Josh. You might ask, why? Because Big D thinks that he hesitated too much on visiting Josh and starting that relationship that they were in the middle of, solving. And so he decided to block Josh on everything because Josh met up with an old friend and started hooking up with that old friend, and that opened up the floodgates, and now Josh is like, maybe I should date people close by. Maybe I should fuck people around me and not, time zones away or whatever. So Big D now is wondering, did I do the right decision by blocking Josh? Listen. This is what they said. That's what they said. That's what they said. This is what happened. But they also miss Josh, and they're like, I still want to be his friend, but it's hard because I have feelings for him, and I think I need some time to, get rid of these feelings or whatever. I'm just saying, take the time you need. Blocking, I think, seems a little drastic, mostly because I think when... Listen, I've said this for the past 3 months. I've said hang it up. But the girls don't want to listen to me. The girls don't want to listen. I've said hang it up. Last month I said, girl, this is too much work. Hang it up. Fuck someone around you. Hang it up. Flat screen. Hate you. I would say Josh is probably like, well, fuck, why did Big D block me? I think if you want to still be Josh's friend, there needs to be a conversation between the two of you about, hey, I don't want to read because I know they're watching. There's plenty of D locally and within a few miles, you know what I mean? The real answer is say, bye Josh, and you just move to Fred's town and you join Fred's relationship. You know what I mean? Or just find another friend. But if you really, really want to be Josh's friend, which personally, I think pack up your L's and just keep it kicking. You know what I mean? Yeah, hit him with a move over. I love y'all. I've come to talk to you about your car's extended warranty. If you really want to be friends with Josh, there has to be a conversation between you and him where you're like, hey, I blocked you because I do have feelings for you, and I needed some space because you're, you know, dating people around you, hooking up with people around you, and I feel like I lost out and I lost my chance, etc., 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 etc. You know what I mean? And then you kind of have to leave it up to Josh, whether he wants to still be friends with you or whether he wants to cut you off at that point. Or if you all come to a realization where you're like, maybe our friendship has just outgrown what it is, you know what I mean? And maybe we only talked because we were attracted to each other. And we were just calling ourselves friends when evidently you both had higher stakes in it that fizzled out. There just has to be a conversation between the two of you, and you got to figure out what this means for both of you going forward and whether or not you want to continue this relationship. You know what I mean? Take some time, think about it, talk to them. So you're gonna be all right. You're gonna be okay. Whether they decide to be their friends, whether you decide to still be his friend or not be his friend, you're gonna be all right. Go find some local dick. You'll be all right. You'll be all right, girl. Go join Fred's relationship. Do all that. Oh my God. We've got an update. We've got an update. Breaking news. I see we have some locals. We got an update. Big D, they say, I did send one last text giving a heads up that I will be blocking, but did not see the reply. He is still friends with another Discord friend, so I still get updates on him. Get updates on him. What is he? What is he? Is he Josh's fucking keeper? Why is he giving you updates? I hate that. That's like when you break up with someone and then people you know are like, well, I saw him out here doing this. Girl, I don't care. You're not his keeper. Don't update me on this man. I don't give a shit. Been at work since 8. Oof, skips. Jesus. Because you're on the East Coast, right? So you're really, it's like 9? Holy fuck. Oof. Well, I guess I do wonder what the reply was. I don't know. I would just kind of try to have if you're really, like I say you just take your L's and run, just cut and dry. If you want to have that final conversation, last ditch effort to see like if there's any reason to keep this going or talk to them, I guess you just have to have that conversation. But take a silly little gummy before you make your decisions. Yeah, I mean, for the past 2 months, the decisions have been a little panicked. But listen, they were doing the best they could with the knowledge they had at the time. Were they entirely in their right mind making these decisions? Girl, it's difficult. But last month, I think, was actually messier. This one is a little more grounded in the sense where they're like, listen, I like have feelings for this person, but I can't stand to see them like out here with other people, and it hurts you. And that's like a very real thing. That jealousy is very real. And I know we make a lot of jokes, but I definitely don't want to make you feel ostracized for feeling that jealousy, because it's normal to feel left out or to feel hurt when you see someone that you are attracted to, you know, doing things because you're in pain because you feel like you didn't make all the effort you could to go and see them or to start some things with them. But I would say, you know, like people have said in chat, people come and go. There's no use in staying super stressed over this one person. But if you like still want to be their friends, if you still want to be their friend, you're gonna have to talk to them sooner or later. You know, jealousy is a disease. Get well soon. The jealousy. That's fucking sick. You're sick for that, Preston. This is a really good web, right? I think. Start sending me more convoluted stories so I can keep making graphs, because this is one thing about me, I'll make a graph. I love a graph. Anyway, that concludes the July advice stream. That's all we have this month. This was fun. It was really horny. It was a very horny advice stream. You know, but I liked it. This was cute. I like this. This was fun. Go back and do some things. Interesting. Let's once again, we are now accepting, of course, submissions for this next month advice. What's next month? August? Yeah, so we are now accepting questions for August advice stream. So please submit questions, submit voicemails. Voicemails are really cool. I'm excited about doing more of them. Please send voicemails. I will pull, like I said, I'll pull tarot cards and moon cards to help solve your problems. And voicemails are also anonymous. Keep in mind, people on the internet, they don't know your voice. They know my voice because I'm the one tethering all of you together. And unless you really know them or like are on Discord chats with them all the time, you know, then they probably don't know your voice. Think about the last time we had a Discord voice call. I don't remember what anyone's voice sounds like. Like, I know Dalton's voice because he's in D&D every other week. You know? But send voicemails, submit questions. It's important. I love doing advice stream. And your continued support in submitting and tuning in is greatly appreciated. So thanks, everyone. So I'm going to end stream for like a minute. I'm going to... That way I can separate it and archive this, you know? Everyone knows Dalton's voice. He's popular. So we're going to stream for a minute. We'll be right back. And we're going to get into some games, okay? We'll be right back.